back to another video. Hope you are doing good. My name is Cynthia. If you're new here, you're highly welcome to the family. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are highly welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this dress. Guys, I'll be making use of 3.5 yards of satin fabric. It's 60 inches by length. The dress is of two sections. The upper part is like a flared, while the lower part is gather. The dress full length is 38 inches. So I'll be using 7 inches for the ruffles at the bottom. 38 minus 7 is 31 inches. So I'll be cutting out 31 inches for the upper part, that's the flared. We'll go ahead and fold our fabric. I'll fold the fabric into two, then fold it again like a triangle. So I'm folding the fabric. The fabric is folded into two. I'll fold it again like so, like a triangle. The fabric is folded like a triangle. We'll go ahead and place the measurement. The shoulder measurement is 10 inches, divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'll place my tape like so. Look for where 8 inches fall into. I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance, so that's 8.5 inches. So I have 8.5 inches here. I'll make a line here. This is the shoulder line. So I'll mark the neckline. Because the dress is a turtleneck dress, I'll mark 2 3/4 inches for the wideness of the neck. You can mark 3 inches if you like. I don't want the neck to be too wide. I'll mark 2 3/4 inch for the wideness of the neck. So for the back neckline, I will take 1.5 inches. And the front, I will mark 3 inches. I will make a line here. I'll connect the back neckline. And then connect the front one. So I will go to the shoulder here and mark 1 inch for the shoulder slope. I will connect the shoulder slope to the neckline. Right from the shoulder slope here, I will place half of the round armhole measurement. The round armhole measurement is 17 inches, divided by 2 is 8.5 inches. So I'll mark 8.5 inches here. And mark the shoulder measurement still on this 8.5 inches. I'll still place the shoulder measurement here. I will connect the lines. So I will connect it right from the shoulder slope. This is now the chest line. But right on this chest line, I will place 1/4 of the bust measurement. And the bust measurement is 41 inches, divided by 4 is 10 1/4. So I will mark 10 1/4 here. So I'll mark 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I will look for the midpoint of the armhole. I will connect it like so. So this is the back armhole. To get the front one, I will go inside by ½ inch right on this midpoint. I will connect it. So from here, I will take it to the down part. I will take the length of the dress. So remember, the upper part is 31 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 32 inches. So right from the shoulder here, I will mark 32 inches round. This is 32 inches. Your sewing allowance. And I'll go to the upside and place my tape like so. I measure it up to the 32 inches, so I have 43 inches. You can take it right from here, the upper part, 43 inches, or you measure it right from the shoulder here, 32 inches. I think I'll measure it right from here. You get it more accurate when you measure it from here. I'll measure 43 inches round, right from the upper part, then not right from the shoulder. 3. I'll connect it like so. So this is the lower part. I will cut out this lower part first. We'll cut out the shoulder. This is the back neckline. Cutting out the back armhole. So I'll bring the front part out, cut out the front neckline and the front armhole. Cut out the front armhole. So we have cut out the front and the back. We'll be cutting out the sleeves. So guys, we'll be cutting out the sleeves now. The down part of the sleeve is pleated. We can make it gather or pleated. So this side will be fuller than the upper part. There is no pleat or gather at the upper part. So we're going to be making the pleat just at the lower part. So I have my fabric folded into 2. I'm cutting out both sleeves together. The foot length of the sleeve is 23 inches. I'll be adding about 2 inches band to it. If you minus 2 inches from 23 inches, you'll be left with 21 inches. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that's 22 inches. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches to it, making it 24 inches because I want it to push up a little bit after adding the band to it. That's the reason I'm adding 2 inches to the sleeve. So I have altogether 24 inches here. Normally it's supposed to be 21 inches, 1 inch is for sewing allowance, and the extra 2 inches I added to it, that's 24 inches. So go ahead and then place the measurements. The round sleeve is 8.5 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that's 9.5 inches. Remember we added extra 1 inch to the armhole for ease. I will just add 11.5 inches. I will go down by 4 inches. I'm still marked 11.5 inches here. Look for the midpoint. So this is the lower part of the sleeve. I have about 20 inches here because I will be making a pleat or gather here. So this side will be bigger than this upper part. So I will go ahead and then connect it like so. I will bring this side down like so to meet the 22 inches. I will go ahead and cut it out. So I will cut out the band. I will be cutting the sleeve band with extra allowance to knot it. The sleeve band is 2 inches. I'll add ½ inch for sewing allowance. That is 2.5 inches. So I will cut this out. I'll be adding extra to it. Normally the round sleeve is 8 inches. Because I'll be knotting it here, I will add extra to it. So let me see what I have here. I have 27 inches here altogether. So I folded the fabric into 2. I will go ahead and cut it out. So I will cut out another one. I'll be cutting out 2 of these for the 2 sleeves. I've cut out everything except for the neckband. We'll be cutting out the neckband later on. We'll go ahead and put the fabric together. So I will join the front and the back together. I will lay the front and the back against each other. Right side facing right side. I will use ½ inch to join the shoulders and use 1 inch to join the side. I will stitch it right from the armpit all the way to the length of the dress. I will do the same thing for this side. So guys, I finished joining the shoulders and the side together. I made about 5 inches slit at the back here so that the dress can go through the head easily. Next is for us to measure this bottom part and use it to cut out the ruffles. So I will measure the bottom part here. So I have about 60 inches here. The front is 60 inches and the back is 60 inches. That's 120 inches. Because the lower part is a gather, I'm going to multiply the 120 inches by 2. 120 times 2 is 240 inches. So I will cut out 240 inches for the lower part. So I have 240 inches here. You know the length for the lower part is 7 inches. But I'm going to be adding some inches to it. So I added about 3 inches to it, making it 10 inches. So I have 10 inches here. I already hemmed the lower part. I use half inch to hem the lower part and use half inch to hem the upper part. So the gather will be on this side. I use a zigzag stitch to stitch this side. I will start the gather here, not from the top here. I will go down a little bit, about 2 inches or 1.5 inches right from the tip here. I will go down. That's the main reason I added that inches to it. I added 3 inches, 1 inch for sewing allowance, and the remaining 2 inches I will go down here and make the gather here. This is where I'm going to make my gather. Either 2 inches or 1.5 inches. Okay, let me make it 1.5 inches. I'll just mark 1.5 inches all through. This is where I'm going to stitch the gather. I will take it to my machine and use my gather stitch to gather it here. It's either you make a gather or you make a pleat. I will gather it here, come down 1.5 inches from the tip and make the stitch here all the way to the length. So guys, I've finished making the gather. So we're going to be attaching this to the upper part. What I'm going to do is to stitch it this way. I'll open it up, place it like so. I will lay this on top of the upper part. I will stitch it right on this gather stitch, the first stitch I made. I'll follow the first stitch I made. That's the gather stitch. I will stitch it all the way around the tip. When I get to the end, I will join these two together and stitch it on top. So this is one of the sleeves. I will still gather the lower part. I will gather it up to 10 inches. I will use my gather stitch to run a stitch here. So guys, I finished attaching the ruffles to the upper part. The 1.5 inches will stand on its own. I also gather the sleeve. I gather it up to 10 inches. The round sleeve is 8 inches. I added 2 inches for sewing allowance. When you turn it like so, you have 5 inches on each side. Remember, we cut our sleeve band, so I'll be adding the band to the tips. To attach the band to the sleeve, I will look for the midpoint of the band. I will fold it into 2 lines, so look for the midpoint. I will make a notch here. This is the midpoint. I will measure 5 inches on this side. And measure 5 inches on this side. That's 10 inches. I will just make a notch here. This is the 10 inches I'm going to attach to the tip. What I will do is to turn this to the wrong side. So I will turn it to the wrong side. So I will stitch it from here up to this notch, 10 inches notch. I will leave this 10 inches unsewed. And I will take it right from here to this side, because I'll be attaching these 10 inches to this side. After stitching it, I will turn it inside out. So guys, I finished stitching it. I will turn it inside out. So I've turned it inside out. I will give it a good press and stitch this to this side. So this is the open side. I will stitch it like so, make the first stitch, then use this one to cover up the second stitch. I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve. So I've finished attaching the band to the tip of the sleeve. I left 1 inch on this side and then 1 inch on this side. I will use this 1 inch to stitch them together. I will stitch them together with 1 inch. So this is the 1 inch I left opened. I will use 1 inch to stitch it here. I will measure the neckline and use it to cut out the neckband. I will cut the neckband in a way that it will be longer than the round neck, because I will be using it to knot it at the back side. Let me measure it and see how many I have here. So I have roughly 19 inches here. That's the round neck. I will cut more than 19 inches. I will use the extra one to knot it. I will knot it at the back. I have 55 inches here. That's the wideness, and the length is 4 inches. So I will still stitch it the way I stitched the band. I will look for the midpoint of the neck band. This is the midpoint. Turn it like so. The round neck is 19 inches, so we divide the 19 inches by 2. The 19 divided by 2 is 9.5 inches. So from here I will mark 9.5 inches. And I will mark 9.5 inches on this side also, right from the midpoint here. I will turn it to the wrong side like so. I will leave this 19 inches open. I will not stitch this. I will stitch it right from here to this side and stitch it from here to this side. So I've joined the sleeve together. So this is the remaining band to knot it. I've also stitched the neckband. After stitching it, I turned it inside out and gave it a good press. So this will be attached to the neckline. This is 19 inches. I will attach this to the neckline. I also hem the back slit. Fold 1/4 inch twice and then hem it round. This is the midpoint of the neckband. I'll look for the midpoint of the front neckline. This is the midpoint. And then this is the midpoint of the band. I will take this inside. Right side of the band is facing wrong side of the dress. I will use 1/2 inch to stitch it round the neckline to the back. Stitch it up to here. I will take this one also and take it to the other side. I will make the first stitch with 1/2 inch. After stitching it, I will fold 1/2 inch and use it to cover up the first stitch and stitch it round again. After I've done that, I will attach my sleeve. I will turn the dress to the wrong side. I will tuck the sleeve inside, right side facing right side. I will match the side seam together. I will use 1/2 inch to stitch it round. Finish attaching the neckband to the neck. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. See how neat it is. If you're making yours, you can add interfacing to the 19 inches to keep it firm. I didn't add interfacing to it because I might be adding some stones here, and the fabric is firm on its own. So I'll knot it here. So this is the sleeve. We have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up I'll see you guys in my next one. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you get to know each time I upload new video. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.